You running around here, Stuart, or are you on that side?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Plough Lane. And what is a good day after that, I think. 1-0 victory against Sutton, pushing us into the round of 16. Joined to my left by Robert Boyce, and I may potentially be joined on my right by Stuart Deacon shortly. But for now, it is the Tom Large and Rob Boyce show.
It's like Ant and Dec. Instead of watching I'm a Celebrity, watch...
Who needs I'm a Celeb when you've got us two, eh?
Watch I'm a Wimbledon supporter.
Oh, Wimbledon supporter, get me out of here.
Well, normally it's get me out of here, but it's 10 unbeaten. I want to stay in here for a change. The tide is turning.
What a drastic change when we first started doing this show and we didn't win for half a season.
You know what else is mad as well is 10 games ago we lost 1-0 to Sutton, and tonight obviously we win 1-0 against Sutton. And if you said to me 10 games ago we would go unbeaten in 10 games, I would have said it's more likely I'm going to win the lottery for that happening, and here we are. Not only did we win tonight, but no disrespect to Sutton, but we beat their first team with basically our second string team, I'd say.
Absolutely, yeah. Stu, what are your kind of takes on
Cold,
yeah. Very cold.
Everyone stayed at home. Well done, because it's absolutely freezing. Yeah. First time I Plough Lane where I've got really cold. You know what I mean?
It's getting to that time of the year, isn't it? You need 2 pairs of socks.
Yeah. But good win. Hey, it wasn't spectacular, was it? We put
there's a lot of dull moments.
10 changes. 10 changes does that, but Carl Harding scored a decent goal in the first half, and I thought we defended resolutely.
You know what? Sutton put a lot of balls in our box, a lot of set pieces, and it was a really professional, display from
Luke
us.
Jenkins and Alex Pearce didn't lose a head, I don't think, much of the evening.
And I've got to give a shout out to Broom as well, because I thought he looked superb, he looked confident, he caught a lot of balls, considering it must be hard for a reserve keeper to get dipped down and dipped out of the team, especially its back line, which has many changes as well. Biller's only third professional appearance, I think. Pearce and Jenkins wouldn't have played together before. No. So credit where credit's due tonight. Professional performance. We've got our name into the next round. Is it last 16 now?
Last 16,
yeah.
Yeah, we've got we can't put any comments up there because we haven't got enough people. We literally just us three.
We can have comments or Stu, and we've gone with Stu.
Do you know what? The funny thing was, last season we couldn't win a game for love nor money, could we? And we had a full house. Now we're winning. People are getting bored, aren't they? Yeah. It's like 10 unbeaten, just to make sure we all double figures. 10 unbeaten.
You know what?
Nice.
Tom, what you can do is go on.
Yeah,
Facebook.
I've got the comments.
Yeah.
There we go.
We're going to do it the old-fashioned way.
Any comments put on Facebook, and Tom can read them out.
So any comments, get your comments in regarding today's performance if you have watched it, whether at home or in person at Plough Lane. I just want to go off the back of kind of Luke Jenkins. I think we were talking about just before the show. Yep. I think he was really good. I think Alex Pearce was good. Obviously, he's coming back from quite a long time out.
Yep.
So I think he looked getting back up to match fit, back up to speed. Hudlin, for me, I think there's still just something missing. He won a few headers today, don't get me wrong, but I think there's just something missing in that sense. Asal Cheslett and Davison just look the best when they come on.
Do you know what? Asal was on for 15 minutes and he got into loads of arguments. A kid just can't, bless him. I think it all kicked off down at the Sutton end, didn't it?
I don't know what that was about.
I saw Broom and surprise, Asal being dragged away. It's hilarious.
Naughty kids getting dragged away.
Yeah, but you know what? I like that little bit of a fight.
Yep.
I'm not saying that's good to see.
No, but you want to see players have that bit still in that.
There was nothing in that, was there?
Between the teeth, isn't it?
Just the thing, I think we've finally discovered a bit of an identity for us. We've now started, gamesmanship, I think is the PG term for it, but that's another phrase. But I think, finally, Harry Pell kind of leads that, and I really like that. I think that's something we need to kind of embrace a bit more. It's a little bit, not Crazy Gang-esque, but a little bit more Wimbledon. Yep. Play a bit of the darker arts kind of. I think that's trying to get some cliches out there to allude what.
And another clean sheet.
Yeah.
Another clean sheet. Where they're becoming not the norm, but we're getting clean sheets now, aren't we?
More regular than
I think what was really, really impressive tonight is our set piece defensively. I mean, there was a few sketchy moments. I'm not gonna lie. But early on in the season, we looked like every set piece we were going to concede from, and now.
Did you feel that tonight?
No, I felt more confident.
There's a couple of moments
and
where I wasn't confident, but I think now when you look at that back line and you think, actually, attack us, we'll probably break it down. I think Shane Belair was very good at breaking up play and getting forward and breaking up. Jack Curry, as always, I think he today was very good again, and obviously created the goal.
Do you know what? Towner come in, winning that midfield role, which you like.
Yeah.
And do you know what? He won quite a few headers in there, didn't he? He's very composed. He can play anywhere in those middle areas, can't he?
I really hope.
Crystal City.
He's not
Crystal City watching. He's absolute pony.
He needs more games. He needs more games at a lower level.
He needs to stay here.
Well, no, so someone say it's been answered in the draw, but it is 4:30 on Thursday. So I don't really know what there is to get out of it for us. Would you want a Man United 21s away? Would that be a?
We can't get them. We couldn't get. We get
lower.
lower.
No, round of 16 is it?
It's
not?
one Southern. Yeah, it's the last. It's the last regional.
Oh,
it's unseeded as well, so we could get anyone in our league and.
I'll tell you who I think we'll end up getting: Chelsea under 21s, who beat Peterborough under Mark Robinson. You just think it's, talking of football cliches, you think it's written by the football gods that he will return to plough lane of Chelsea under 21. So I just think that will be who will get in the draw. But look, I didn't expect to get to this stage of draw. Especially, I'll be honest with you, before tonight, I thought we would do well to get through. So happy to take anyone at this stage.
I think it's just important continuing the unbeaten run. I think that's just really important because you can sort of see now. Like when we won early on, we were like punching the air, and now we're happy, but we're content.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like now this is what we want to keep doing, want to keep winning.
Yep.
And we didn't have to put Alex Woodyard or Harry Pell on the pitch tonight.
No,
it's fresh for Saturday, isn't it?
And there's a comment there from Cutting It Fine Films. Breath of fresh air that strong players managed to be introduced from the bench. And I have to agree, it's nice to see someone of a Sal's quality, someone of Chislett's quality, and obviously Chislett's come on in previous games, and Davison's quality being brought into the game with fresh legs. It's sorry, I think I had Oasis over the top of mine.
We've literally had Christmas carols and everything, haven't we, being played?
Yeah,
Rob thankfully got them turned off.
Yeah.
But Christmas carols before, it's weird, like Christmas carols before November, a World Cup in November.
Yeah,
it's just
very strange.
Weird 2022.
I know, it is weird, isn't it? Like I said, we came in at half time and we were watching the World Cup, and then you go back outside and you're watching the Pizza Cup.
Well, said 5 minutes. We were all thinking, how long is it going to be added on? Is it going to be 15 minutes, 20 minutes? And it was 5 minutes?
Yeah,
just as well. We'd be here till midnight somewhere if we were following by the World Cup rules, isn't it?
Be an extra 90 minutes on this. 2 more halves.
Yeah.
Just coming back to Hudlin, obviously you said that you felt like something was lacking from his performance. Obviously he got the goal tonight, and I felt like he had held the ball up really well. If I'm honest with you, I think he just needs a strike partner. I think Bartley, for me, I didn't see anything from him. Let's not be digging out Bartley. I think Bartley just needs a loan. I think ideally tonight I would have liked to see Zach Robinson up front with Hudlin and Bartley out on loan in an ideal world. If I was playing Football Manager, shall we say. And I think that's what just didn't help Hudlin is, Bartley's learning on the ropes, learning on as he goes on the ropes, So does that make sense? Learning on the ropes?
Yeah. And he does it.
Learning on the job, that's what I'm looking
for.
for, yeah. But against a strong Sutton United side, with
full strength team.
Well, they couldn't make changes, could they?
And
they looked a bit leggy, to be fair, it looked a bit leggy later on because you can't keep playing Saturday, Tuesday, although they get a day off on Saturday, don't they?
Well, they get 10 days off now, according to Andy.
Yeah, 10 days off, which is not bad,
Chesterfield at home Saturday.
You say it's not bad though, but sometimes I think when you're on a run we're on, you want the games to come thick and fast.
For them, it's 10 injuries.
I don't want to remind people last season, but remember we had that long break in December. We came back to Oxford, and we did. Sometimes you just want their games. Like I'm sure. Harry Pell and Woody and all them, on the bench are probably chomping at the bit for Saturday now, ready for that game.
The Leyton Orient game was so good in terms of full house, real good atmosphere. And no disrespect to Sutton or Weymouth in the cup competitions, but it's been a low attendance, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, I've got a fun idea Saturday would be a good 5,000-6,000. Chesterfield probably will sell that end out. And it's difficult. These games are difficult when there's not many fans. You've just got to keep. Do you know what I mean? I think that's sometimes more mentally challenging.
The thing is as well, the games feel more like, for the away team, will more feel like a home game because Weymouth were loud, Sutton were probably a little bit louder than us tonight, just because they brought good numbers.
And we sent them home unhappy.
No, which to be fair, they deserve because they have beat us in the last 3 cup games, haven't they? It's out of time that they beat us in the league. They knocked us out of the Papa John's Trophy last year, and obviously I don't want to remind people of the FA Cup game. So it was good to get one over.
And it sets up for New Year's Day at their place.
Yeah, especially with the spicy ending where
I don't know where I was.
I think,
talking of that,
I saw
comment there from Kind of Fine Films. Did any of you guys catch the Sutton Massive trying to give it to Broom after full-time whistle?
Have they not seen the size of Broom? Like, he's probably 5 stones soaking wet, isn't he?
Apparently he sarcastically clapped him or something.
Did he really?
Yeah, which then, But, it's part of the parcel of the game, isn't it? They were given stick all game. Rambo done it very well.
What a bad game today. A few times, didn't he? I think he caught everything in the air.
I think his kicking was a little bit dodgy, if you have to be picking up.
Yeah, but I felt like in terms of his size isn't, he's still growing, isn't he?
Yeah,
I felt like they were chucking balls in, but they weren't getting much joy, which in the end, disheartened them a little bit, didn't they?
Yeah. Considering as well the last game we played against Weymouth, I did think the goal was a bit poor from him. So to come off the back of that and then put in a clean sheet, like I said,
against a much stronger team as well. Full strength Sutton side.
There was one moment where their striker looked like they caught him, but I'm not sure if he made a meal of it or the player looked like he insisted he didn't touch Broom and could have maybe opened.
It was nothing though, wasn't it? When you think about the World Cup injuries to goalkeepers, that was just a scratch, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Compared to some of the broken noses we've seen, where they then want to play on as well. You know, interestingly enough.
Do you know who I thought today struggled to get into the game? Alfie Bendler.
Yeah.
I think he struggled. I think they knew how to play him. I just don't think he got on the ball as much as he'd have liked. And I would have liked to maybe have seen Towler replace him in that and then have him Marsh. But then again, Marsh come back to fitness. But
do you know what? That was he get 90 minutes in the end? Did he stay on?
Yeah, which is
that
important.
90 minutes would be priceless for him.
Oh, absolutely. It's the minutes that he's not getting. Yeah,
and that's against good standard as well. Like I say, so I get you. I get what you mean. The game sometimes did pass him by in that middle area, but then also it was a different pairing, wasn't he? It's that. Yeah. You know, if he was with George Marsh this time, who's not had many games.
No.
You know, if he was alongside Woody.
So I said to you, didn't I, when we were sitting watching, like if he was alongside Woody, who's someone he probably wants to go into almost and kind of become a similar, take some of his aspects, his game.
But we need to get in games because you can't keep sitting on the bench and 5-10 minutes. Do you know what I mean?
I do think Bendel probably complements Paris and Woody's game a little bit more from Marsh. It's probably a little bit similar. You know, there'll still be an interesting pairing.
Especially with Paris, because Paris is very, very technical.
And like Stu alluded to earlier on, you know, when you make when you make 10 changes, you know, you see it in like friendlies, isn't it, where they make wholesale changes at half time. It's hard to get the rhythm of the game. You know, I thought Sutton looked quite impressive today and played well, but you know it's the same starting 11 for them, so they're a lot more in the flow of things compared to us.
I feel like I've defrosted a little bit. If you come into Flower Lane on Saturday, wrap up warm.
2 pairs of socks, scarf,
maybe some Under Armour.
Maybe buy a bench coat from the club shop. Free advertisement. Hopefully I'll get some commission off the back of that.
It's just turned all of a sudden, isn't it? It's
The thing is, it's now 3 o'clock kickoffs. You finish the game and it's like 5 o'clock and the sun's down. It's cold. And and
then you go back and watch the World Cup and it's absolutely baking
in Qatar. Comment there from Adam Hillman. Luke Jenkins superb. I agree with that.
Good game against Pompey. He sweeps up well, doesn't he? Wins his tackles, wins his head. He's not the biggest of defenders.
No, he's quite not.
He's mobile though,
he's
isn't he?
He's quite non-assuming, isn't he? You know, like thing is, I don't know much about Luke Jenkins. I personally heard between Luke Jenkins and Ethan Sunnycliffe. Sunnycliffe was the one which was tipped to, you know, break into the first team. Unfortunately, Sunnycliffe, he's gone out on loan, and I think he might have broke his leg, or he's got a very serious injury, which was given to Luke Jenkins the opportunity tonight. And
you know, it's so difficult early on.
It's early on in their development
because he's a bit taller.
And you never know. Like Jenkins could get a growth spurt. We saw it with Redoni. I remember one season he came back the following year and he looked, 5-6 inches taller. So
in the academy, you can sometimes get a player, you know, from all counts, Spike, who's got into England under 16s. A year ago he's all of a sudden filled out. He's only 16. Do you know what I mean? So. Kids do fill out, don't they? Especially nowadays. God knows what they eat.
Well, especially Bartley and Paul Calambay. They're feeding him concrete or something down there.
Concrete rod.
It's an interesting comment, just from Can't Find Films. Out of the non-starters from the league, which player impressed you each the most? Don't know who wants to go first, because I've not got an answer yet. I'm trying to have a think.
Out of the new ones that started today?
So out of the ones that started today that haven't started in the league?
Luke Jenkins, I would have thought. I really did. I thought Luke Jenkins was... You know, he had Alex Pearce, which was interesting because we were saying, weren't we? Like Alex Pearce was sweeping up really well. You don't want him to be turned. There was a couple of times where he got turned. But his experience, you sort of saw it today. He was sweeping things up. In a way, he knew where the flick was going to go and he read it. I actually was quite impressed with him because I wasn't too sure playing in the two.
Is that Pearce or Jenkins?
Jenkins. Jenkins was good, but I thought Pearce done well alongside him. So I think Jenkins, you know, I can't remember who Jenkins played alongside at Pompey. It was quite
he played Ogundear, and then Bila was left back, and I can't remember who was right back.
Joe, we have right little ankle biters, don't we, as fullbacks, Jack Curry and Hussein Byer.
You know what? Answering Mark's question, or Fine Films, shall we say? I would go Hassan Bila for the most impressive non-starter. I mean, I know he started the last game, but no, it was his debut. Right? He's not regular yet, and for me, I think he's going to be a big player for us moving forward if he can remain injury free, because I think that's what's hampered him up until now. I think you could probably argue he would have got in ahead of Ogundear if he just stayed injury free. You know,
that's where you got to manage their time because they can pick up knocks.
It's going to be interesting moving forward though, because right back, I put this in a group the other day. We've got Ben Mason, who's meant to be doing really well at Basingstoke. You know, he's their captain and was our academy captain. He's meant to be a prospect. You've got Ogundear and Bila all fighting out for that right back slot. Where and obviously we've got Chrissy Gunter
in Wales.
And hopefully they get to the final, so we get a bit more money out of that situation. An England-Wales final.
I'd love Wales to qualify by their last game, and then Chris Gunter gets an appearance, and we have a AFC Wimbledon player out there in the World Cup.
Would be good.
So I think they would do. I think you're probably looking. It's probably the last World Cup for Chris Gunter.
Yeah.
So I reckon if Wales have got an opportunity to play him, not in a non-risk, he's not bad player, is he? Do you know what I mean?
There's better options in that squad.
But I think they will want to give him a World Cup appearance because of his cap. So hopefully, and then when they get knocked out, he can come back and join us, and we'll be happy.
The thing is now with these new options we've got, we now seem to have quite a few centre backs at our disposal and full backs. Does Jackson now look to go 5 back? Curry playing in his favoured left wing back spot. Belair maybe as a right wing back, and then you've got Pearce in the middle. And then obviously when Will Nightingale's back, he can come into that back 3. You've got Paul Calambay, Riley Towler, Luke Jenkins.
I think we're better with a 3 in the wing backs. I think Jack Curry and Byler and Ogadira are better going forward. Yeah. They're not bad defenders, but going forward they cause all sorts of problems.
Yeah, because if you do that and then have a midfield 3 of Pell, Woodyard, and Paris, or Pell, Woodyard and Chislett, and you've got obviously Davison and Nathan Young-Coombs with a Sal off the bench or a Sal up top, or you've got all of a sudden things are quite exciting.
I think it sounds really good on paper, but
it didn't start the season.
I think it sounds really good on paper, but I just think at the moment, there's no coincidence that the last 10 games has come since changing formation. I did think it was interesting the formation tonight because we actually went to a flat 4-4-2 at times it seemed, and I haven't seen Johnny Jackson do that before. It was we did kind of convert into a 4-2-3-1 with Hudlin trying to win the flag-ons for Bartley. I did find that interesting that we seem to change shape again, but I just think at the moment, whilst we've got this formula, I wouldn't want to see us change to our back 3. Just keep the run going, at the moment, for me.
I'd agree,
I agree. I'm just tired now.
Just getting to 10 past 10.
It's past my bedtime. It's midweek games, isn't it?
Should we start wrapping it up, I think?
Yes.
Absolute pleasure. I think you will need to head to...
I'm going to go and turn it off.
Thank you to Stu Diggs for joining me and Robert Boyce today. It's been an absolute pleasure. Well, it's nice saying that after a Wimbledon win. We'll see you on Saturday about an hour before kick-off for all things pre-match before we take on...
Oh, before we go offline, spoiler for Saturday, we should have Nathan Young-Coombs on, so make sure you tune in.
Yes, we do.
Nathan Young-Coombs will be joining us on Saturday in the studio. So it'll be interesting to talk to him. All